Veritas Files here. Just want to do a quick video of some things I've been thinking about. Specifically, I've been thinking about sort of my evolution in thinking over the last 4 or 5 years in terms of what we've been going through. It's not so much that I have changed my views per se, but I have sort of refined them in the sense that I think I have a more accurate rendering of the way things will go. Initially, when we were looking into this and everybody was sort of brainstorming together, doing research and coming back with their own scenarios and whatnot, many people described certain things, and you would describe what would be necessary to survive in certain kinds of environments, and we talked about bug-out bags and various scenarios, and a lot of these things focused on sort of Mad Max, post-EMP type environments. And what I found over the years in doing more research and thinking about these things more was that that's not really the most likely scenario. It really isn't. I mean, it really isn't. Certain things would have to obtain for that to happen, and they're just not likely. And in any case, even if they were, the vast majority of us, I don't care who you are, the vast overwhelming majority of us would not be able to make the transition and would not be able to prepare sufficiently to survive. Now, I mean that both mentally and physically. I actually did some research in terms of the whole bug-out bag stuff and making fires and cutting wood and all this kind of stuff. And it's if you're not doing that already, and you're not young and in tip-top shape, and you're not between the ages of 15 and 25, man, or you don't have 6 or 8 kids, you're not going to make it. There's a reason people lived not so many years back then, and there's also a reason people had ginormous numbers of children, in the 10 and 12 range. And that's it. That was a very physical, demanding lifestyle that killed you early in life. And so anyway, what I realized was that a lot of the things we were discussing, while they were important, these things like food, water, shelter, protection, while these things are important, they're basic. If you haven't done those, and you haven't done them for at least 6 months, you're making a mistake. They have to be done. Okay, so I'm not saying they shouldn't be done. What I'm saying is that we focused so much on that and so much on this sort of Mad Max type mentality that we missed the larger picture, the most likely scenario, which is really quite simply, a financial crisis that will touch every area of life. Because if you think about it, what is necessary for us to go about our day-to-day lives? The component in our life that is most necessary to go about your day-to-day life, if you think about it, I mean, apart from, the ability to breathe, the fact that you're alive and stuff like that, the thing that is necessary is wealth. Okay? And a lot of so-called preppers will poo-poo this idea because, I can't eat gold and silver type stuff. But you can't eat your guns, and you can't eat your toilet paper and the other things that you're storing. So that that never really made any sense to me. And other people will talk about confiscations, but again, there were no confiscations. You were told to turn in your gold or whatever, and many people did. And that was gold coins. So, voluntary stuff, that's one thing. But people coming to your door and taking your stuff, that was another. That didn't happen. And I don't know that it's likely to happen now. But in any case, what I figured out was it's the financial side of this that we really ought to be focusing on. A new guy to YouTube, or relatively new anyway, that I really appreciate his videos. His name's Silverfish VT. Check out his videos if you get a chance. But he put it this way: we have insurance for everything else. We wouldn't think twice about having, homeowners insurance or car insurance. I mean, we grab those as soon as we can, right? Those are important. If you don't have those and anything happens, you're screwed. Okay? How is that any different than with our money? Look at what our government's doing. We are running deficits that have never been seen before. One president in one term ran up more debt than all other presidents previous. Mathematically speaking, there's going to be no way to pay it back. And he's doing exactly the opposite of what would be necessary to create a recovery in this country. He would have to lower taxes and lower spending more than he lowered taxes, because lowering taxes in the long run brings in more revenue, okay? But instead, for every little bit of spending cuts, he wants massive taxes. I mean, it's totally ridiculous. And the spending cuts never happen because they're always extrapolated out over 10 years. We are on the path of financial doom. And I'm not a doomsayer. This is just reality. Recognition of reality doesn't make one negative or pessimistic or a doomsayer. It's just reality. That's all. And so it's the financial side of this that I think we really, really need to concern ourselves with. And I think to the extent that we are rolling our eyes and dismissing this, and specifically I'm talking about the investment in precious metals, and I don't just mean buying gold or something like that, but it involves buying gold, it involves buying silver, and it involves, in my opinion, buying it in multiple forms. But this stuff has held value for thousands of years. It has never stopped holding value, and every single paper fiat currency has. That fact alone should make you want to look at this. So I'm not speaking to the people that are already involved in the silver community. I'm not speaking to the so-called silver and gold bugs. I'm not a silver or gold bug. There will be a time when you're going to want to sell this stuff. When you reach a blow-off top and everybody and your brother is getting into it, and you don't know anybody who's not trying to buy this stuff. Absolutely, you want to get out of it. But the way you want to get out of it is to buy yourself something else that's going to hold value, or that's going to do something very significant for you. A new car, land, a house, something that's going to hold value over a long period, or going to perform a service for you that is absolutely vital. In any case, I'm just putting this out there because I know there's a lot of people that have watched my videos in the past that have been sort of inclined toward the prepper lifestyle, or the prepper community. And part of what is often missing from the prepper community is a significant and serious focus on preserving wealth, on leveraging the current value and power of our dollar for our future and that of our children. To the extent that we're not doing that, we are making a mistake that we may not live to regret. Seriously. 7 million people starved to death in the Great Depression. The depression that we're likely to experience, if things go the way they look like they're going to go, will be far worse. It's going to be far worse. So, anyway, I just put that out there for you to consider. I'm going to do another video here in just a couple minutes discussing something of a similar nature. Bye.